Howdy. Sorry for cutting off the vibes. Editor, please keep the music going. Okay, good morning or good evening, I don't know. But importantly, this is part 2 of making the hills. And yes, the room is different. Much more modern, you can say. Now, it's time to continue the series. Well, as I stated in the last video, the second part is going to include much more like adding more trees, bushes, flowers, etc. And also see if I can add rocks and most importantly make the actual hills. I guess the video explained everything. So today we are making the actual hills. Finally, that took way too long. More trees and also flowers because we need that juicy vegetation. And with that, let's get started with the trees since I know how to make them. And I'll only do 2 more, so don't worry, it will be quick. Just get in the textures. See? Told you. And yes, if you're wondering, these were made with 2 different presets, that's why they look different from the others. Now, let's get into the real deal. That is, making the actual hills. So to make the hills, I need to use a plugin called Infinite Terrain. But the problem is, I haven't used it for a long time because the last time I used it was on my game Summer. So after a quick tutorial on YouTube and playing around with the settings, I've come up with this. Wait a second, old Hamza. This is me, Future Hamza talking, after doing the terrain and picking up the editing again. And I really should say, I'm slow at making videos. It took 2 weeks and maybe another week for this video to be published. Like, wow. Now look, forget about what I said earlier about Infinite Terrain and whatever, because I didn't use it. I tried to use it, but it looks awful. So another approach I did is place multiple parts, use gap fill to fill the gaps between them, then use Import to Terrain plugin to turn them from part to voxels. And the results looks really good. And I think to mention, this project is eating my poor laptop alive. Like the Terrain itself, only itself, picked the RAM usage to 11 gigabytes out of 16. So I had to remove a couple of it, and also I kept getting this damn error. The place can't save, it's too big. I know it's too big, you don't need to tell me. So I chopped off a couple of it at the end, but to be honest, it was big. I don't blame the game. So be aware if you're doing it like me, just saying. So don't say in the comments, how I use the game here? The game. So first, I align the areas that is important to us, so they resemble a pathway. So now, I'm thinking of making 2 lakes surrounded by trees. I only made 1. But if I spray the trees now, my PC is going to kill itself. I spray the trees. Well, a couple of it. At least, they move. If you are wondering how the leaves are moving, it's because I used a winching module, which I will link the original video of the module and also the tutorial of it that I used. And I just noticed after making the whole thing, it's not the hills anymore. It's the forest or the rainforest. I don't know, so if you're watching this, give me a name for the game and it will be in the next video of the series. Now, after adding the trees and placing the decoration, I mostly got the decoration from my other games, so I will not be able to link the exact origin of them, although the pushes are pretty straightforward. You just make a tree through Blender and make it smaller, and like that, you got a tree. And if you don't know how to make a tree and import it into Roblox Studio, just go see the last video of the series. And now, let's go take a look at the lake. Well, doing a lake is pretty easy. Just paint the sides, make them have a pump at the edges, and also make a rock through Blender using the rock generator and placing a PPR texture into it. And with a couple of tweaks and placing the decoration, it looks much better, and this is how it looks. And with that, we are done with this part. Only, and we have done so much. We made the trees, made the main thing that is the terrain, made the lake, and also used new things. Now the next part, which is the last part, is going to include doing the river. That is the last part of the map. And also, doing the last touches that will make the game actually look very good. Also, expect a new video this week. But not the third part of the series, but a tutorial. And with that, I can finally say, see you in another video.